Hello and welcome back to South Coast Busways here in City Bus Manager. I stuttered on the outro because this is now take 4 on the third recording attempt. So yeah, this is fun. It's 2:30 in the morning. Love that. So yeah, I'm in City Bus Manager, you know, as we do. The game's had an update. And we now have these things in our ticket office. We have, or in our service centre, we now have ticket machines. So that people don't need to go to and take up, you know, space and time at the desks if all they want to do is buy a ticket. So they can, you know, come in here, use one of our millions of ticket machines. And that, we only got rid of, I think, 1 in 6 of our desks. We got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 desks, and we still have many times that. Maybe not 1 in 6. It's like 1 in 4 or so. You know, we got rid of a lot of our desks. There we go. This guy is just researching better ticket machine software, because like the mobile app, you can research the software that the ticket machines use that, you know, people will not find as aggravating. And you can also research bus priority infrastructure, like bus lanes and stuff. And, you know, put those on bus routes that are prone to delay, which is great fun. Great fun. So that's happening with the update. Performance has gotten better. There's been a lot of UI tweaks. It's a very good update. I'm very, very happy with it. And you can change the size of bus stops and the little pictures of the buses on the map, so I've made those a little bit smaller, because we have some very busy parts of the map now. Yeah, it's sort of, you know, like Southampton, it looks a little bit more organised with the smaller map, with the smaller bus icons. The one little downside is they've taken away the anti-aliasing from the lines on the map, which means they look very sort of split up and broken because they are very thin lines. And on a 1080p screen like I have, it's not, you want that anti-aliasing so that the lines actually look like lines rather than dots. But I'm heading up this way because we have from Southampton the X2 and X3, which go up from Southampton through Chandler's Ford and Eastleigh and up to Winchester. And well, I was intending to do this in a massive time-lapse, but this is recording attempt, take 4, but recording attempt 3. So I've just decided to pick up from an autosave, where I have all of the work done. So I will take you through the network. So, first of all, they are abbreviated with K, because W is taken by our services into whatchamacallit, Whiteley Village, which is down here. This is where our W buses run. So I've gone with K because K is basically, I'm branding the Winchester network as the King City network, because Winchester was home to Alfred the Great, one of the best known Anglo-Saxon kings. And King City is also the brand that just so happens to be used by Stagecoach, or used to be used by Stagecoach in the area. And spoiler alert, I've made a livery, and I've used basically the same colours that Stagecoach did, but not quite. So that's fun. But going through the routes, we're starting with the KX, which is the Park and Ride shuttle, which runs from the St Catherine's Park and Ride down here to the Compton Road Park and Ride down there, and it runs sort of limited stop through Winchester, around past the hospital, through there, and then into the Park and Ride on that side, and then of course does the same thing on the way back. Then there's the K1, from the Badger's Farm estate down here, up to the Springvale estate up there. That runs every 15 minutes. Then there's the K2 from Oliver's Battery over here. I want to know where that name comes from because that's weird. Up to Fairdown, which is over here, and it goes around like that. goes around clockwise. And that runs every half hour, I think. Then there's the K3, from Teg down, which is another funny name, up to Kingsworthy. I think that one's either every 20 minutes or every 30 minutes. And then there's the K4 from Littleton, but the far end of Littleton, through Winchester and terminating just down here at this area that's called St. Cross. Then there's the K5 from the Harestock estate up there down to the little village of Twyford through Shawford, which connects Twyford up to Shawford Station as well as into Winchester directly. And then finally we have the K6, which runs from Sparsholt College up here through Sparsholt into Winchester and then out to Fairdown, where it goes anti-clockwise. The K6 is the only route in the network that doesn't run 7 days a week. And yeah, so this is our lovely little network. There is one hole though, one hole down here, and there's kind of a hole up here, but that's a brand new estate, so I might serve it later. Then we might run a K7 from there and fill the gap in there and like have it turn back at the hospital, so it would do like that, something like that. Anywho, that's a very quick overview of what we're doing. So let's get some buses for these. There we go. We're not putting B5TL Gemini 3s on it, but I want to buy some 10.8 meter Enviro200 MMCs with all the trimmings except premium seats. And I know how many I need. I need 30. And livery reveal. This is the King City livery. Yes, that Solent Red is meant to be there. Solent Red are the division that operate the King City network, and as such we have Solent Red Legals down there. This purple goes gorgeously with this sort of yellowy gold that I've got going on. Absolutely lovely colour combo. I'm not the happiest with the level of contrast here, because even on my monitor, which I have the contrast turned way too high on admittedly, that's hard to see. So yeah, if I was to change anything about this livery, this arc here would be significantly closer to this arc here, so that there's more of a difference with the back. But we have King City branding on the back as well, and then the Morse code mark, which is what I'm calling this, is the letter W. So there's the first 10. Let's buy 10 more. I already have the screenshot for the thumbnail, so I'm not too bothered, because that came from the previous recording attempt, which is how frustratingly far that got. And then I need the final 10. EL type. No premium seats. Import repaint. King City. Done. So there's all 30 buses. And this is episode 79 of the series, so we're about to hit a big milestone. Episode 80. And because of that, these are going to be the last 68 plate buses that we will buy. Everything brand new from here will be a 19 plate, but these are going to be 68 plate. So this first one is going to be EL939, and the license plate is going to be KC for King City, 68, and it's going to be WRA. And then I'll get the rest of these done in a little jump cut. And finally, we have EL968, or KC68WSJ. There are all 30 of our new buses for the King City network. which will be commencing tomorrow in-game. Just checking that we actually do have 30. We do, because we had 24 Geminis here, and now we have 30 of these Enviros. These are lovely things. I love this livery so much. Just that, the purple and the gold, yes. And this like panel, this front panel on the MMC, how it goes like up and around, like it's like a kind of sash. It's really stylish. These are just really nice buses. Like, whoever designed these knocked it out of the park. Brilliant bus. Absolutely beautiful. So, look at this. There are buses out in service. I'm at 3 times speed, and like, it's not utterly atrocious. Like, you know, the update has done good. But yeah, there's a few new features. If I go to bus routes, I'm just gonna go make sure that the KX is fully set up, because the timetable wasn't fully set up when I did all of that. So let's put its preferred vehicle group to that. Yep. Good. Confirm. And you might have seen that in the tour screen there was a depot selection, because you can now have multiple garages running tours on routes. So you can have a bus route that has, say, one set of shifts assigned from one garage, and then another set assigned from another, which is really, really handy. I'll be using that in West Scotland, which, by the way, there wasn't an episode last week because I just wasn't feeling up to record it. The series is not going anywhere, especially with the update having improved performance. So, yes. That's going nowhere, and Swim in Vowlat is thoroughly back on the shelf. And, I mean, South Coast wasn't going anywhere either, because South Coast was performing marginally better, even, like, right up until the update. But now, like, I can scroll around the map when there are buses out, with the game playing, and it's absolutely not a problem at all. The island is doing fine. When is the next night bus? Because there has been a change into what you can do with destination panels that I have been taking full advantage of. You can see, or you might not see it, but the N has gone from being the same height as the numbers to being squished up there. That's called superscript, and yeah, it's brilliant. You can do that. I don't think it's working properly quite yet, but you know, it's nice that we can do that now. There's also the new decoration thing, the sidewalk, so that you can have like dedicated walkways for your staff to go down. You see there the guy using the sidewalk. Very nice. Although this garage is very much built around sort of the tight grid and the greenery and the whatnot, so I'm probably not going to be putting too many of those in. And the same goes for Pormedy and West Scotland. So yeah, this is this. These Tridents are still going. They have, actually, what is the highest mileage bus we have at thingy? Ooh, I need to repair these buses. Yes, that's something I did before recording attempt number 1. So I need to get these done. You're good, you're good. You need stuff. You need stuff. You need stuff. And you need stuff. There we go. So, now that none of the... also, now that there won't be any time for the game to try and get buses running in Winchester today, in-game, I'm going to get these routes activated. Let's see how long this takes, because, yeah, these are the first routes I've put in since the update. Making timetables is now a little bit quicker, because you can just click on a stop. Like when you go to modify bus stops to make like an inbound and outbound timetable, you can click on the first one that you want to change, and then shift click on the last one you want to change, and it will, depending on whether they're activated or deactivated, change their activation status automatically, which is very nice. So in Winchester, because Winchester is a one-way, horrible for planning nonsense, I've turned the road around the city centre into a sort of one-way circuit. So buses will come and join the circuit and then leave, and when they come back they'll go around. So some buses will spend less time in the city centre going that way, or this route just sort of scrapes the side of the city centre going northbound, but then goes all the way around it coming southbound, because that's just the easiest way I've found to make that work. It does mean that none of them go into the bus station, and the K7 that I was thinking of putting in, which would run from here down to here, would not go into the bus station either. So, yeah, that's that. Route activation is still taking some time, so I'm going to disappear into another jump cut. And it is now time to join the first KX on its run from the St Catherine's Park and Ride up to Compton Road. So, working our way into Winchester city centre, naturally without going into the bus station. And a little bit of lag, but honestly it's not bad. It's not bad. And I'm not expecting the KX to be particularly busy, because park and rides don't really work in CBM. But it would be a realistic route to have. I mean, obviously, that's like park and rides, they exist to have a bus service. So yeah, I'm not expecting the KX to even make money if these passenger numbers are to be kept up, because it's short and limited stop. And it did. It's probably not doing anything spectacular. But we'll head back, see what happens. So we're heading back in now, passing there. 7 on board, very nice. I mean, I assume it would be fairly popular sort of going into the city, because it is a limited stop run. And at the hospital, yeah, picking up 3 more. Very nice. Then we head up to here, TM. And we have a good number on board. I mean, for a service that I wasn't even expecting to break even all that easily. And we're now inside a W5, isn't that lovely? But we're now overtaking that W5, aha! And then, yeah, dropping everyone off there. Beautiful. So let's go to you. You're waiting to take out the 740 K1 to Springvale. It's now 7:40. Let's head over to Springvale. Put it on 2 times speed, because we now have the reserve performance left in the game to do that. Minor lag spikes aside, although I can cope with a lag spike. I can cope with a spike. It's just when it's constant. But no, the performance on this game is so much better than it was. What a glow up this game has had. And this bus is very busy. If frequencies weren't notably higher during the week, as in double, I would be concerned. But seeing as passenger numbers are a little bit less than double and the frequency will be double, I think we're good. But there we go, we have a call from unknown. Dear client, yeah, you saw how big that was? No one likes that. Devs, please put it back. It was lovely the way it was. Well, we're now heading back to Badger's Farm. And when we get into Badger's Farm, we'll pick up a K2 from Badger's Field, or whatever it's called. There's a KX behind us. There's a K2. Nice. So we'll just abandon that, and then we will get on this when it gets into there. When do you leave? 9:15. So we'll speed things along. And it is 9:15. So let's take this K2 up to Fairdown. We go this way, rather than via the hospital. And then up into the city centre, where we go around via the castle and then the railway station and then the north side. See? It's almost like I put this route in. And then we go around this clockwise to Fairdown. Now, there isn't anything going the other way because the one that goes the other way here is the K6. And that does not run on Sundays. So I need to find the K3. The K3 goes up to the other place. But that's going over to, back to Oliver's Battery, which is fine. Aha. As if like magic, there's a K3. Which is tagged down. Yes. Oh, the game isn't happy. The game isn't happy. There we go. What is happy is the K3. That is doing very, very well indeed. And this one will go to Kingsworthy, so it'll head up this way. And then it'll head up, and up, and up, and up, but then go this way rather than where the K1 goes. And then it terminates there for a little bit, and then it starts up again. And heads back down towards Winchester, where this time it does basically a full lap of the city centre. Like so. Next one to cover is the K4. From Littleton. The far end of Littleton though. So let's head up. Let's get off here because, yeah. And looks like I've just missed one. When is the next K4? 11:30, so there should be one coming back. There's a K4. That was my elbow hitting the desk. But yes, the K4. Up into Littleton, dropping off as we go, because, yeah. And then starting up again, and heading down. Picking up as we go, I assume. Indeed. Not picking up much, because Littleton is only small. Or you could say it's only little. And then coming into Winchester with plenty on board. This is a very nice little network. And then this is going to go over to St. Cross, which is down the main road here. Basically inside of a K2, that's not great. And there's a K5. So they all come down here at the same time, that's wonderful. That's definitely what I wanted. It isn't what I wanted at all. But oh well. So that's heading back up to Littleton. I'm going to head back up to Hazel... What's it called? I keep forgetting what this one's called. Hairstock. Not Hazel anything, it's Hairstock. While the game has a moment. I think... Oh, the game's moment was an autosave. That's absolutely fine. And this is a K4 that's basically just started on its way down to Twyford. So, let's have a look at it, and then we'll take it all the way back up to, I've forgotten it again. Hairstock. That is a name that I don't think I'm ever going to remember. Hairstock. Remember, it's called Hairstock. And this one goes down the main road again. Put it up to 2 times. And follow this K4? Nope, that was a K... No, that was a K4. That was a K4. I'm good at this. Ah, research completed, enable bus priority. So now we can put bus lanes in. Which will be very useful for our, like, cross-city services and whatnot that, you know, might need a bit of help in running to time. And also for our routes that we're a bit short on, we can use them to take some timing points out, make the route a little bit quicker, reduce the vehicle requirement. That would be nice as well. A lot of potential uses for this. Now, this one, as it gets back into Twyford, is going to be a bit... Yeah, that one's going to go to the depot. And then this one is heading up to Hairstock. Past Shawford Station. And Shawford Down. And then past the Park and Ride. And up into Winchester. Perhaps a little bit quick on that, but oh well. Just about keeping that, whatever that is, off our back. It's either an X2 or an X3. That's all the red stuff that comes up here. Although they won't be red. I'm not going to say for too much longer, in case it is going to be a while. But, yeah, hopefully they won't be red for too much longer. They're probably going to go into the Express livery. Either that, or they'll get a special livery with branding for the Kingsway, which I'm going to be calling them. I'll be calling them Kingsway regardless. But, yeah, they'll either be like in a Morse livery for Kingsway, or they'll be in an Express livery that says Kingsway. You know, where I put my Forest Flyer and Dorset Limited branding. But I think before I get to branding the X2 and the X3, I want to put in the 400, and I'm not ready to do that yet. So, that might be on the back burner for a bit. Right. That is everything that's in service right now. The K6 comes online on Monday, because it doesn't get a Sunday service. And yeah, how long have I been recording? 58 minutes, and I don't have much to cut out. So, I think that's a very good place to end things. So I'm going to return to the bar end garage. And we will say goodbye with the backdrop of some lovely purple and gold Enviro200 MMCs. When it loads. There we go. Aren't they pretty? So, yes, on that note, I will see you next week from the South Coast. Bye-bye.